The 50,000!
Oh wow. Whoa. That's so crazy. Whoa. So they're actually saying that these animals opened the door. They actually got on the floor. Next thing they'll be telling us they were doing the dinosaur. Hey folks, welcome back to the Terradome. Today I was doing a bit of reading while I wait for the computer to load. I recently discovered that it has a basic form of artificial intelligence, and what it can do is scour the internet for subjects that it feels like I might be interested in. And at the moment it's saying that it's almost done finding one for me to talk about from YouTube actually. Ah, there we go, it's done. Now where does it print it out? Ah, here we go. Oh. Give it. You bastard. Oh, come on. Oh, it's saying here. Oh, what does it say here? I can't read it. Let's have a look. Clayton Fioriti over on YouTube recently did a video about the use of stop motion during the early days of production on Jurassic Park. For those of you who don't know, Jurassic Park was originally going to use stop motion instead of CGI. And he asked his viewers, what would Jurassic Park have been like had it been released with traditional stop motion effects instead of the groundbreaking CGI? And what its effect on cinema would have been? That's a really interesting subject. When I first heard that Jurassic Park was originally going to use stop motion instead of CGI, I imagined a world like, what you're proposing, Clayton, where the world had only known of Jurassic Park that had used stop motion. And I just chalked off in my head that it would have just become another brick in the wall. We had stop motion dinosaur films before, and people wouldn't have, thought much of it. But then recently I found a video on YouTube by the user 191018, and what he or she had done was taking the, one of the behind the scenes short videos of Phil Tippett's Go Motion T-Rex and added very simple sort of computer generated imagery over it to sort of enhance it. They added some little muscle jiggles and some motion blur to the movements, and I kid you not, this thing just absolutely looks 100% real, like a real animal. Even more so than any of the CGI that I've seen in any of the Jurassic movies or movies in general. This is one of those things where, one of those rare moments where this short video, I would argue, is one of the most realistic effects, special effects I've ever seen put to screen. It's just a shame it's just in a tiny little YouTube video. But saying that, back in 1993, when Jurassic Park was in production, computers did exist that had the capabilities of doing the effects that were applied to this Go Motion short video on YouTube. So I think had Jurassic Park come out back in 1993 with these stop motion effects, they would have applied these enhancements to them via computer, and the film would have just looked amazingly real. I don't know if it would have been such a game changer in terms of like what the CGI dinosaurs did. The reason I think that was such a game changer is because it was a completely new sort of craft. Everyone knew how stop motions and animatronics worked even back then. General audiences kind of had an idea that that's like a big robot dinosaur, or that's done with little models being moved. But the CGI was a completely new field. No one had ever created a character in the computer before. So I feel like that was, in the mindset of the audience and the filmmakers as a more revolutionary kind of tool. However, I now think that had it come out with the stop motion, like I was saying, with some advanced effects added on top of the characters, it would have still been groundbreaking. It just wouldn't have been as groundbreaking. I think it would have been, hailed as, a film with potentially the greatest visual effects of all time. But yeah, it wouldn't have made such an impact, I don't think, with what we got. That said, its effect on cinema then would have been affected. And I believe that the next film that would have utilised a CGI character in such a way to blow more audiences away would probably have been Dragonheart. For real. Now I'm going to turn the tables on you, Clayton, and ask you a question. What do you think would have happened had Jurassic Park been released closer to its novel form? Now, what I mean by that is, had it been released an R-rated movie where you see like Dennis Nedry's intestines being pulled out and Dr. Wu being sliced open alive and all that sort of stuff, what effect would it have had on the box office numbers and cinema in general? Because we know Spielberg can do some dark shit. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that question and I look forward to your answer. Either in video or comment, man, it's all up to you. If there's any other subjects you guys would like me to receive through the computer, please send them in the comments below. The more comments I get below with subjects for me to talk about, the easier for this computer to pick it up and then send it to the Terradome. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day. Now I need to find out, do they walk the dinosaur?